Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Jim Benson, ISU basketball beat reporter, and Joe Deacon here. We're going to talk Illinois State men's basketball. Season's underway. We got 5 games under the belt, and Birds are off to a 3-2 start. Not bad, and the 2 games they lost was by 4 points, probably games they could have won.
Oh, 2 games they easily could have won. Actually, they've led it to half of every game this year. So in both those games they lost, they had nice leads in the second half, just kind of let them get away a little bit. But now the season really starts kind of going now. They only had 3 games in the first 16 days, and now they're in a stretch now where they play 5 in about 2 week stretch. So season starts getting revved up a little bit here.
Yeah, just looking over the past week, obviously 2 home opponents, teams they probably should handle in Ferris State and IUPUI, and they did just that.
Yeah, they did, and the big thing was that they really limited their turnovers in both those games. Neither of those teams pressed a lot and don't have the athletes that they faced before with TCU and Murray State, and which they will Saturday night against New Mexico. But their decision making was a lot better. They weren't forcing passes and all that, and so we'll see if it carries over.
Yeah, you mentioned to me the other night that, and it makes sense as a point guard, that the team kind of goes as Paris Lee goes. If he's protecting the ball, they're going to be in good shape.
Right. In the first 3 games, he had 16 turnovers. That's not like Paris at all. You know, you can live. Paris is going to make 2 or 3 turnovers a game because he has the ball so much in his hands. But 16 turnovers in 3 games, they can't live with that. And that you don't want to say Paris cost them the game, but he took a lot of responsibility for it, in which he should. He's a senior point guard. But the last 2 games, he's really played under control. He's really had a great year. Except for the turnovers, he's had a really great year so far. So he's only had 4 in the last 2 games. So I think that's more what we'll see at Paris Lee most of the season.
As expected, you've got Deontay Hawkins and Mikhail McIntosh leading the scoring right now. But the one player I've kind of noticed too, and I think Coach Muller has to be pretty happy with the newcomer Phil Fain, what he's been able to do.
Phil Fain and DJ Clayton both. They're really both playing at a pretty high level. They give them long athletes, and they have 5 guys averaging a double-figure scoring. Defensively, they're slowly, I think, getting to in sync with what Coach Muller wants to do now. That's taken a little bit longer than they really wanted. But the 2 newcomers, the 2 junior college newcomers, have really been big additions.
Tony Wills, I think, he missed 1 game? Was he out a little bit?
Tony hasn't missed any games, but he's been limited because he had a groin surgery about 6 weeks before the first game. Came back and played in that, hadn't practiced much, but still played, and he actually played, I think, 32 minutes in the opener, which was more than Coach Muller wanted him to, but he's slowly coming along, and the other day he had a really good first half, and then he tweaked it again towards the end of the first half. He was kind of limited in the second half, didn't play a lot, so we're going to have to see kind of how he looks tomorrow. He will play tomorrow, but it's too bad. He was kind of going in the right direction. They think it's just a slight setback, so they need Tony on the court, that's for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned tomorrow, obviously, the Redbirds will be home for the Mountain West Missouri Valley Challenge. They've got New Mexico Lobos coming in. What do you know about the Lobos, Jim?
The Lobos are a very good team. They've had some physical ailments like ISU. Their best player, the Mountain West preseason player of the year is Elijah Brown. He's a 6'4" guard. He's the son of former NBA coach Mike Brown. He averaged about 21 last year, big season. But he had a hamstring injury before the year started, didn't really practice a heck of a lot. So he's been really kind of limited. His shooting has kind of suffered, it seems like. I don't even know if he's going to be at full health tomorrow. But he's a good player. He's going to break out of it at any time. And another guy they have, another Mountain West preseason first-team pick, is a guy named Tim Williams. He's a 6'8", 240-pound power forward from Homewood Flossmoor. So this is kind of an Illinois guy. This is a homecoming for him. He's averaging about 19 a game. Very strong inside player. Dan Muller thinks he might be the best low-post player they will play all season. So how they defend him, I think, is really going to be crucial if they have a chance to win this game.
Lobos also have a pretty tall rim protector, I understand.
Yeah, he's either 7'1" or 7'3". His name is, oh man, I can't even say it, Obji Aget. He's from the South Sudan. He's not much of an offensive player. He'll score on putbacks and dunks and all that. But he is 7'1", or 7'3". He's a big dude, so that'll be fun to see.
Yeah, how are they going to guard him again?
Yeah, well, I don't think he's more of a defensive presence. He's not real skilled offensively, so I don't think they're really worried about the offensive part for him.
So, all right, well, that's going to be our first Redbird Report of the year. We're going to try and do these talks on men's basketball all through the season, so watch for us more. We'll be back next week. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.